Hey guys, it's great to see everyone here today. It's really a pleasure to be invited to host this panel here. We have a great session just on what this team has really done to advance the game day experience and really bring that to life for both fans at home and fans more importantly here in the stadium. So when I got the phone call from Brand Innovators to potentially help with this panel here, I was really excited because there's a lot of synergies between what we believe in overtime as well as just died.
Hello. Check, check. Hello.
I think we all died, but we can go. I'll just speak up for the moment. But yeah, so we believe in a lot of the same foundational themes I think that we're going to cover today. Really providing those authentic experience, from overtime's perspective as a publisher and also a league operator for professional, semi-professional athletes, as well as just creating those really unique engagements, really innovating and pushing the envelope of what the sports, cultural, and entertainment experience is going to be. And I think we're all operating within that intersection, which really happy to introduce all these lovely people here who are going to tell you a lot about what we're doing for the 2022, 2023, and beyond. So just to kick off, let you guys do your intro.
Check, check. Okay, it's back. All right, perfect. Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Sarah Schuler. I am the Vice President of Game Presentation and Experiential Marketing. Very lengthy. Sorry about that. For here at the LA Rams, and we're so excited to talk about what we have done and learned over the past 4 seasons at SoFi. 3? 4? 3. Soon to be 4. Yeah, it's a blur. Over to you.
First one was just for the team and no fans. So, Tron. Marissa Daly, VP of Ram Studios. What that means, I basically oversee every piece of content and creative the Rams make and everywhere we put it. Excited to chat.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara from Snap. I work on the sports partnerships team, overseeing our league network and team relationships in the U.S. We have an incredible partnership with the Rams, and we've worked together over the past 3 years to bring our AR technology to SoFi Stadium, and it's been incredible. So we'll talk more about that. I'm excited to be here today.
That's great. We'll get kicked off here. And our first question is for Sarah and Marissa here. In both your roles, you play pivotal parts in bringing that game day experience to life. Can you tell us a little bit about how you, really approach that go-to-market and collaborate to bring all those experiences, to the fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to start that off, I want to just kind of start from the beginning because we had a really unique situation that not a lot of people do. As you know, we relocated back to Los Angeles in 2016 after a 2-decade hiatus and had 49 years in market. But at that point, and we had 3 years, which ended up being 4 to move into SoFi Stadium, we knew that we could define what our future looked like. We weren't really tethered to any specific history, tradition, legacy. It has to be done this way. This is what the fans demand. This is what the brand expects. So we kind of just stripped it down to the studs and said, how do we imagine the best fan experience humanly possible? What is our responsibility moving into SoFi Stadium, which has been touted as the most innovative, exciting, incredible place to watch sports and play sports. And so Marissa and I sat down many, many years ago and sort of established what our game day principles would be. We're going to entertain, we're going to engage, and we're going to make sure every player and fan leaves this building saying that was the best place to watch football and play football. And there's so many dimensions as to how we do that, both organically through Rams-owned moments or through partner-led moments or truly integrative moments. And so we'll get into to that in a little bit, especially as we talk about Snap and innovation. But she and I have a true day-to-day partnership. There's not one thing that's fired on the infinity screen that her team didn't either ideate or create, and then us on the producer side really write the script and bring it all together and show call ultimately. So it's an orchestra. And we conduct it, but I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, no, great intro. I was just going to say it starts here, right? We may only play 10 games, hopefully more in the playoffs at home. But like she said, we don't play football, but we may win or lose the game. If you left and said that was a great experience and I want to come back, then we've done our job. And that includes before you even arrive. Do you know where to park? Do you know what to do? Did we blow you away? Are you so excited? What did we engage with you on? What do you remember? All of those touch points are super important to us to make sure that you want to come back here. And then in addition, I need to make sure that I share and like capture in a bottle the excitement that it is to be here and share it with fans globally. So not everyone gets to be here for every game day, right? Not everyone gets to sit in the locker room. I need to show people that and like bottle that excitement and push it out there and get people to want to amplify it and share it and engage with it. And our partners help us do that too.
That's great. And we talked about Snap for a second. So I'd love to just hear about some of the elements of that unique partnership and how it came to be. I myself, I've seen it quite a few times at games here over the past, preseason and previous seasons. So would love for you guys just to share how that's really evolved today.
Why don't you start about the beautiful pandemic jersey launch?
So lucky enough to be part of the Rams rebrand and uniform relaunch. Not so fortunate we were launching it in March of 2020. So it's really tough to do that when you can't touch it, feel it, be a part of it, see players in it. And Snap came to our rescue, I would like to say. And it was an amazing way to launch the new uniform because it actually felt like you got players, you got to feel it, you got to be a part, not really feel it, but like be in it. And so I think that really started the spark of what we could do together and really helped fans, players engage with something that they couldn't actually do in the real world. And that kind of kicked off kind of the years of getting to do really cool things. And now I'll turn it back over to talk to Sam.
Yes. Okay. This is a pride point for sure for us at the Rams. So it's not only, I think, a big opportunity to bring those 80 million pixels to life outside, which seems like most of you have seen either from Taylor Swift or football related. And I didn't get to go to that concert, by the way. I didn't want to, but now I have FOMO. So next time. So we, the first year in building, and really, which was our Super Bowl year, we had a lot of learnings. We had a lot of moments of pride. We think we represented our brand partners in really, really special ways. But actually, about a year before that, I picked up the phone and called our friends at Snap and said, hey, that incredible mobile product that you guys have in your Snapchat app, Camera Kit is what it's called. Is there any way you can develop that workflow for broadcast, for a 4K end-to-end production in SoFi Stadium? And they're like, that sounds like something we could do. So 18 months later, and many, 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 many hours, and a global reach of engineers in all countries, you can imagine, and people infinitely smarter than me, ultimately said, we did it. We configured it. We built it in the control room. It's time to test. So I think when we opened as Super Bowl champions almost a year ago, we had this in our back pocket ready to just fire organically. We were very quiet about it. We said, okay, we think it's ready. We're going to apply these incredible organic lenses on fans and see how that enhances the fan experience. So I'm going to show you a clip in a second, but needless to say, it's been a very, very successful product launch, and we've taken it to the branded lens level. I will say we had some criteria, right? So this is the fun part. The crying lens, which is so fun, went viral, I think, when it came out on the Snapchat app. We said, we're not going to play that on visiting team fans until we're up by like 30 points in the fourth quarter, and we know we're not going to lose this game. Well, that didn't really happen last year. So until the end of the season against the Raiders and the Broncos, and we got to have our super special moment of using that crying lens, and yeah, the internet noticed. So go ahead and take a look at a nice little highlight package of our Snap lenses with audio.
Very funny story. I was actually at the game on Saturday, and my 76-year-old father was visiting for Detroit, and the person next to us got thrown on the Jumbotron with the Rams horns. He was completely blown away. He had never seen anything like it. It was really pretty cute, and I was really excited to see how excited he was. So you definitely see how the experience really amplifies to all fans. But I think watching that video, I really want to ask Tara, when your team works with all these different sports organizations, you work with the Rams, you work with the NFL on a league level, you work with overtime as well. How does your team go about approaching these partnerships? And, what really excited you about the opportunity with the Rams and SoFi Stadium here?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really happy we showed that video because you really have to see the technology to understand how amazing it is. But we work with organizations in the sports industry across teams, leagues, networks, both in the U.S. and internationally. And we're really focused on building the next generation of fans on Snapchat in partnership with companies like the Rams. And on Snapchat, we have a variety of products from content where you can go and follow the Rams on game day, see the behind the scenes content, to product integrations like Bitmoji, where you can try on your Rams jersey or your favorite NFL team's jersey, and then also augmented reality, which is a huge part of our business. And when looking at partners like the Rams, as we kind of explained a bit the evolution of our partnership, it started a few years ago with the jersey lens, which was the first time we ever launched a jersey through AR in partnership with the Rams. And then that kind of sparked a lot more conversations about what we can do together in the AR space, and then brainstormed for about a year to launch the in-stadium AR partnership that Sarah explained. So, it's really about finding those companies and those partners who have, an innovative mindset and are looking to really build new, unique, and groundbreaking experiences for fans. And the Rams have truly been an incredible partner. And, being here at SoFi today, this stadium is unbelievable. And it's also in our backyard at Snap. So that makes it a little easier for us to be able to test and learn together. But, really looking for companies that share similar objectives, looking to innovate and build new experiences for the young fans on Snapchat.
Yeah, and speaking of new experiences for Marissa and Sarah here, beyond just the Rams-led programming that you're putting out there in market and all these great experiences here, you do work with a number of brands in your own partner ecosystem. Would you mind touching on just some of those maybe key ones you remember, those really very engaging ones that you've highlighted to me in the past?
Yeah, for sure. I guess just to stick to the Snap track for a second, you guys obviously saw a little sneak peek there, but what was so neat about launching these organic lenses or even holiday-themed lenses is the media and entertainment category took notice pretty quickly and said, if we're running these immersive movie trailers in stadium, is there an extension of that that we can leverage the Snap technology with? So you probably saw the Avatar Navi lens that was placed on our fans in stadium, which I think they looked super real, to be honest with you. And funny story, that was, I think, it was Thursday Night Football when we did that, and we routed, they don't know this, I think they do actually, Al Michaels and Kirk straight into we didn't broadcast it, but I have a picture of them with the Navis on their faces, which is pretty cute. And then we followed that up with again, we were Slime Time on Christmas Day, and to be able to bring the slime to in stadium. I think there was real slime in American Airlines Plaza, but then we AR slimed everybody. So it's just taking a branded moment and extending it in such a more interactive way, and I think that landed really, really well, and we're going to continue to do that. But in terms of other brands and thinking of new innovative ways to bring their content to life and leveraging tech, I don't want to talk about Verizon?
Yeah. I mean, I think Sarah said it perfectly in the beginning is how do we create, going back to our game day principles, like how do we make it the best experience for fans and for players? And so we'll take that to any partner that's coming in, whether it's founding level partner or anything else, and say, how do we keep that as pure as possible and how do we accomplish all three things and make it the best? And so every year, some features stick the same, some new ones. And so Verizon this year, one of the things that we're doing is we are capturing content in real time, audio and video from pregame and first quarter, and through Verizon's help, some really good equipment, actually cutting a real-time highlight of the players in the huddle, warming up, the excitement of the kickoff, and then flipping that edit and getting it up to the board for everyone in stadium to see. And I think as a fan, you see everyone come into the huddle and you hear that and you see it and you're like, I want to know what they're saying. Well, now we show it to you in real time. And so how do we continue to push the boundaries with the technology that we're given, with the equipment that we have, to keep bringing fans like new and different things that we think deliver for them and the partner?
That's a good segue for, we look at the technology available in this stadium. This is one of the more modern stadiums on the planet, for that matter, especially with the innovations coming from Snap. For Terry here, when we look at how you work with arenas and sports teams across the board, the Rams continuing in the future, how do you look at best practices for the work you've done together? And also, part two, what do you want those brand marketers to keep in mind when you think about those themes?
Yeah, I mean, on the Snapchat platform, there are many different products to explore in terms of whether it's story ads or augmented reality, which we've talked a lot about. So really depending on your brand's objectives and what you're looking to achieve and how to interact with the Snapchat audience. When we look at our sports partners, typically they'll start creating content on Snapchat, really understanding the audience, seeing what type of content or experiences are resonating, and really building from there. So the NFL, for example, has become one of our biggest partners on Snapchat, and we like to say they're a 360-degree partner on Snap, where they're creating augmented reality around the big tent poles. They're creating content every single day on Snapchat. They're innovating with us, and we're launching new products. And now we've been able to work very closely with the Rams as well to be able to build these innovative experiences. So there are several different products on Snap. I think it's really about starting out, understanding what's working, and then building the partnership from there. We do have, a very young and engaged audience on Snap. We reach about 90% of 13 to 24-year-olds in the U.S. So a lot of amazing products and experiences to be able to reach that next generation of fans on Snap.
And as we get to the start of this season, what is top of mind, and what are all of you especially excited about when it comes to this new technology, how we're leveraging it and creating that experience?
Oh gosh, there's so many things, and we don't roll out our big guns in preseason, right? That's just kind of getting back to the basics. It's still a very, very fun fan experience, but we've been working with the best part about Snap is you guys don't say no. Honestly, we come to you with whatever idea pops into our mind and the brand that we want to do this with, and you guys don't say no. You throw all the resources at it to help us figure out how to navigate the tech, the workflow, the equipment, the software, the hardware, whatever it is, and develop that. So we've got a pretty cool element that we're going to launch on September 17th. I won't say the brand, but Snap is certainly behind all of the engineering and technology, and we're testing it out day by day. But I can't wait. It's again a testament to how we started and how every single year we challenge ourselves, both as marketers, as producers, and people that get to operate in this building 10 days a year. What is going to be the most memorable experience, both for the fan or the player or the brand, that people take away and go, I could only see that at SoFi Stadium. I could only experience that when I come here. And so, there's a few of those that we've got ready for next month.
Amazing.
You?
I mean, you said it pretty well. I think I had something and then I totally thought it. But one of the things that I think Tara said that I really wanted to hit on too was that getting younger, being on Snap, looking at the Avatar, looking at Nickelodeon, like we may not have all those planned out for the rest of the season, but because they're so amazing to work with, when partners come in, we can say what makes sense to do, right? How do we activate this 365? How do we bring it to a physical activation in American Airlines Field? American Airlines Plaza? How do we bring it to the infinity screen? How do we bring it to your phone? How do we make sure that we're complementing the experience? And I think that's what makes Snap such a good partner, is that some things do take years to ideate and program and plan, and some of the work that we've already done allows us to be a little bit more opportunistic as the season comes about and as the partners come to life. So I think there's a lot yet to come as the season unfolds with what all the hard work that these two have already done.
Yeah, I mean, just building on that, we are very excited for the upcoming season. I think what's most exciting to me is just the evolution of AR and what we've been able to build together over the years. We talked about the Jersey launch a few years ago, and then launching AR at SoFi, which is the first venue where we have ever launched AR in a venue. So the Rams have been a first partner for several experiences, and they've been an amazing partner to work with. And the AR Stadium partnership started with a few of our famous organic lenses like the cartoon, and evolved into sponsored lenses like the Avatar experience and the Nickelodeon slime lens. And we're building some really incredible lenses that are brand new to come this season. So very excited about the new AR tech that we're launching.
That's great. And I think one of the underlying themes I've heard across the board is no matter how far we push technology, you hear the whole group here really talking about sticking to the fundamentals as well, in how we go about, really developing these programs. So it's really interesting to hear how that's, really progressed and evolved for all you guys. But that's the end of our Q&A. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And as we wrap up here, we'd love to open up for Q&A from the crowd. If there's any questions.
You guys got any suggestions? Anything you want to see differently out there?
I have a question. So you mentioned going younger, and you talked about 13 to 24-year-olds. Are you intentionally trying to go younger with fan base, or is it a segmented strategy in terms of what you would do in Snap versus what you would do with more senior partners?
All the above, right? I think we know that families come to games. And so we know we need to create an experience that can attract all of those things, right? There may be something in the game that's really X's and O's and it's very heavy football knowledge. That may not be for the 13-year-old. They may not honestly care that much, right? They want to see a fun touchdown celebration. They want to see everyone laughing. There are moments in the game that we want to be geared towards certain people because we want them to feel like they left. It goes back to the principle. If you left having a great time, so if we don't develop experiences that are for a 13-year-old, they may not have a great time. And so I think that, yes, we are very intentional, but to everyone, that hopefully they're leaving with the best experience possible across your phone and what you see on the boards. Yeah.
I love that intentionality. That's really well said.
A question.
Yeah.
It's for Sarah. Frederick Georges with GPG Live Experiential Agency here in Southland. So I'm interested in live experiential throughout any game, throughout the stadium, above and beyond the fabulous Snap AR. What are sort of the future thinking that you've got going on relative to live experiential throughout any game?
On game day?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a number of things, but there's sort of the peripheral activations that we have throughout the stadium, both Rams owned and sponsored. For example, in American Airlines Plaza, that's really our hub of fan activations, and prime time is 2 hours before kickoff, so right after gates into kickoff, and there's stuff that's specifically geared toward amplifying your fandom and getting all geared up for game day, and it's all complimentary. And then there's a Ramsland Kids Zone, and then again, great sponsored experiences in that. So it kind of sets the tone as you're making your way into the building and getting ready to take your seat. And then I think then there's the 4-hour game script, really, which is a pretty complex mix of live on-field moments with fans, pre-recorded video content, interactive content where you're taking out your phone and engaging, doing live interviews with celebrities and former Rams football players and showcasing our history. So I think the diversity and dimensionality of how we script a show, how we call a show, and the way, just for you guys probably know it, but we have 18 scripted timeouts of 2 minutes and 20 seconds each. And in between, when, networks on commercial, that is our time in stadium, as well as some pregame and some halftime, to get fans very excited outside of the incredible football that's happening. So those 2 minutes and 20 seconds are absolutely programmed and scripted down to the second for every single break. And again, it's all sort of spread out by, are we on offense? Are we on defense? Are we really trying to bring the fan into the moment? Or are we just trying to sort of casually, entertain with some of, some player storytelling or something a little more thematic? And then there's your fun stuff like we did with, halftime, where we had a celebrity skills football challenge at halftime last game, which was a little more like, cheeky and fun, and watching them kick field goals and running 40-yard dash. So it's really a combination and mixture of those things throughout, the 5 hours you're in the building.
One thing I'll add to that is we try to do I turned it off. Sorry. We try to do a really good job making fans know what to expect, so they don't get to the stadium and are like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, I don't know what's going on. So we build out our digital experiences to make sure we know exactly from when gates open to when the game starts, all the different things that you can engage with, where they are, and we try to make it as easy and as possible to understand. We want to tee up who our game day staff is, who the entertainment is, and make sure people know that there's more to it. In this market, it is more than football. We hope you come for the football, but it is more than that. And we need to wow you and entertain you with a lot of other things. And I think one thing, the only word that I would add to what Sarah said is rituals. There are certain things that we will do every game that are tried and true rituals. And we want fans that come time and time again to be part of those rituals and to be able to really drive the energy up.
I think we're at time, but thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your attention here.